Let's see if this works better this time. For some reason my phone just completely froze. I was only like a couple of minutes into a Facebook Live where I'm talking to you about Instagram. Instagram as a platform has assimilated pieces of Twitter and Snapchat that I can see. And what I've noticed over time is Instagram is giving a lot more organic reach. So when I post organically on my Facebook pages, I don't get a huge amount of traffic. Facebook has cut down on that because they built Facebook so big, they're making you pay for reach through Facebook. That's the general sense that I get. Instagram, however, is still rapidly growing, and what it integrated from Twitter was hashtags. You can use up to 30 hashtags, and you can use those to narrow down and target who you want to interact and engage with. So if you have a business where you're trying to interact with CrossFitters, if you hashtag CrossFit, hashtag your zip code, hashtag, in my case, like CrossFit Austin, CrossFit Round Rock, CrossFit Love, you're targeting CrossFitters who would then see your posts and engage with you, which means long term you're building more traffic through Instagram's algorithm. Some of it is organic reach, but people are actually able to search for those hashtags, which means that people can find you, engage with you, interact with you. And Instagram is a less burdensome platform. I don't see people arguing on Instagram. It's a little bit more like Twitter, even though Twitter has become like a political space in some ways. Like you can say things and get away with it there. Instagram is fun. It's photos and videos, and it's less formal in a way. They are pulling pieces from Snapchat when it comes to augmented reality and putting on dog ears and crazy face filters that they're including over time. Instagram is a fairly easy to use platform. I even post photos of food that I eat regularly. I made breakfast tacos the other day with bacon, and I hashtag farm eggs, hashtag corn tortillas, hashtag bacon, hashtag swine, hashtag I love pigs, hashtag salsa, hashtag jalapenos, hashtag Central Texas, hashtag Austin, hashtag breakfast tacos. You're adding all those as a search function, and the thing is that one post doesn't have anything to do specifically with my business. But it's giving people value in the sense that, like, who doesn't like pictures of tacos, right? It allows you to have a little bit of personality. It's a little different than people think of as like running an ad on Facebook because you're trying to generate sale. Jessica Michelle here and RL White Dim, hey man, is here like listening. So when you guys interact with me, if all I do is go, Jessica, you gotta buy, RL, you gotta buy, nobody wants to listen to that. We get bombarded all day with spam phone calls and emails from people trying to get our attention to pay for stuff. What I pay attention to is when somebody gives me value. When somebody gives me information I didn't know, they make me laugh, they give me some content that I find funny or humorous, something that I pay attention to, something unique that stands out. Those are the things people are looking for. And as a massage therapist, you need to be able to give people value. Value in session, yes. But also value in social media posts, blog posts, YouTube videos. When I sit down and talk about the bicep, say the bicep is connected here, it's got an origin and insertion, and bicep trigger point pain refers here, that information may be old hat to you and I as massage therapists, but to the general public, that's a really big deal. They don't have that information. That makes you an expert. When you do that regularly, RL, when you do that regularly, Jessica, what happens is the public starts to look at you as an authority. They trust you, they like interacting with you. And what just happened is by acknowledging Jessica, by acknowledging RL and whoever's watching this live, it means that I think that it increases the likelihood that you're going to buy from me eventually. Because if you trust me and you like me and you engage with me, you're more likely to then want to consume the paid goods that I have as well to support, our ongoing journey. Instagram is very light, it's easy to use, and I want you to overthink it. Go in and find people and follow them. And follow people in different industries and see how they're engaging, interacting with people. Follow their pages, like their posts, comment on their photos or videos. Then you get to Instagram stories. And Instagram stories is kind of like, Facebook stories, right? Like Instagram and Facebook are like copying features from each other, even though they're both owned by the same parent company, Facebook. Instagram stories is like a little window into your world. You can shoot little mini clips that don't roll through your feed. So you feel like you get a little more insider information from that particular person. I may have a more important post that I post in my main feed that scrolls through, but then I'll add some Instagram stories just to add nuance. So for instance, I started doing things where I had made trigger point videos for YouTube, where I did, trigger point for coracobrachialis, and I had a good response from people responding to those in YouTube, writing me messages and saying, hey, thank you so much. I had a car accident, I injured my arm, and your shoulder video on that muscle really helped me. That was my first inclination of what was going on and providing people value, providing them education that I could uniquely do as a massage therapist. Then on Instagram, you're limited to a minute for the videos that roll through your feed. And I started kind of reproducing that video, reproducing those trigger point videos in Instagram and hashtagging trigger points, hashtagging trigger point therapy, hashtagging pain relief, hashtagging shoulder pain, hashtagging CrossFit, hashtagging injury, hashtagging OxyContin, hashtagging opiate epidemic, hashtagging yoga, hashtagging yoga therapy, hashtagging, and I made this one up, 1 minute mobility, 1 minute mobility, 1 minute mob. Hashtagging those because you're trying to reach out to people who are looking for that content and information, because there are people who want that little 1 minute video of just, hey, wow, this massage therapist teaches me how to work on my own pain. You're giving that person value. When somebody asks on the Entrepreneurs Group, I apologize for not remembering your name, you're like, how do you give value? It's not just on Instagram, it's on all platforms. Just look at it this way. You're not just there to make a sale. You're there to help somebody out. Can you give them free content, information, education, make them laugh, make them understand your viewpoint, work with you, engage with you? Is it funny? Is it sexy? Is it interesting? Is it educational? What is it? Does it add to their life? Do they get a sense through this that you care about them? And the fact that Jessica and RL are still sitting here watching, they get a sense that I'm actually doing this because I'm trying to provide them some value. And again, that's where sales come from. You can use up to 30 hashtags on Instagram, like I mentioned. I would recommend using all of them, meaning all 30, because you're just using that to funnel search people. Instagram is being used more heavily, in my experience, than Twitter at this point. Oh, I don't have any actual statistics on that, but it seems to be growing very rapidly because Instagram was taking features from other platforms and blending them, and this is this perfect little app that works. If you guys have any more questions for me before I shut down, you can write down below. I'll try to answer those live. If not, I'll go ahead and this will be posted in the Entrepreneurs Group. You can ask below and I'm happy to answer those. I've got about 500 or so followers right now. My screen name on Instagram is Robert G Wellness 12. You can follow me there to see how I'm using Instagram. You can also message me there if you ever have a question. Someone last night wrote me, and I think I'd made some Facebook stories about the subscription service that we floated, and they said, hey, where's the link? Instagram does not make it very easy to put links. You get one main link, like to your website, on your profile, but when you're talking with people in post, you can't really provide clickable links. They want to keep you on their platform. But when the person wrote me a private message, I was able to share that link to them directly, and they purchased. So I made a little sale just by that interaction. I always make sure to try to interact with people, say hello, tell them I appreciate them, very common. Just because, again, I'm providing the value, making things easy, just making sure that they feel like they can reach out to me. Listen, thank you guys again for joining Massage Entrepreneurs. We're still growing rapidly, and I'm going to continue to give little bits and tidbits, pieces of information like this. Sometimes I just document what I'm learning as I learn it, and I hope that your practices are growing and prosperous. Again, if you have any questions, just write down below. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on the forums here at Massage Entrepreneurs. Have a great day.